Hello again, everyone. It's Chief Meteorologist Tom Coombs at ABC 57 News in South Bend, Indiana, at Tom Coombs on Twitter. And this edition of my video blog, I want to talk about hype. In the news, it can be a word that makes you cringe. I know it makes me cringe. But for a lot of people that are watching, again, every time you hear a story over and over and over, you're like, oh, you're just hyping it up. It's hype, 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 hype. And I want to put things in perspective because that's what my job is about, or I feel that's what my job is. I got this post on our 57 Facebook page, ABC 57 News, from Eric. I'll read this out to you. Just turned you guys off for good. This is referring to our morning show. OMG, I can't handle the hype and false story building over 3 inches of snow-covered roads. Eric, I get it. Seems like every time there's some sort of significant weather, we're all over it. It's the first thing you see, but, you know, I feel that my job really is to put things in perspective. There's a big difference sometimes between 3 inches of snow when it's 32 degrees to 20 degrees to now we're down into the teens, and that's how much it sticks to the roads. When we've been this cold with temperatures below 15 degrees, all that snow sticks. So in some instances, 3 inches isn't a big deal. Plows get out, they move that off the roads. Salt works pretty well with temperatures above 15 degrees. Below that, it takes a lot of extra effort, a lot of extra chemicals sometimes to even try and cut through that snow and ice. And so what you get is, even with 3 inches of snow, a bigger impact. Another thing is when the snow falls. Yeah, 3 inches may not be a big deal if it happens overnight, but if it happens closer to the drive time, and it's harder to get off the roads, well, then it's going to impact the morning drive. And that was a result that we saw with a lot of accidents. So I get you. But sometimes 3 inches can be a big deal. Sometimes it can't be. Again, when you get 6 to 12 inches of snow, it's pretty obvious. Sometimes the biggest danger is that 1 to 3 inches of snow that people underestimate versus the 6 inches to a foot of snow to 2 feet where everyone stays off the road because like, whoa, it's 2 feet of snow. I'm not going to go out there. But sometimes people underestimate the 3 inches of snow, and you get more wrecks then. And that's what we base our weather coverage off of. Before we end tonight with another round of lake effect snow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down with my producers. We actually plan out where we want our reporters to be at, where I think that the biggest trouble spots are going to be, especially with lake effect snow, where to put them to show everyone as they wake up, you know, what's the biggest danger out there? What's to put things in perspective? And we do that with a lot of weather stories as well. I kind of think of it as a safeguard. Again, last year you see with the polar vortex, national news, it can get kind of annoying. Is this really a thing? Is this really significant? And I hope here when you watch these weather blogs and you read some of the articles on abc57.com is I'm trying to put things with our team to put things in perspective. Is it really the coldest? Is it really the warmest? We talked about that in November and December with it being one of the coldest and one of the snowiest Novembers, and then the least snowy December on record. That is definitely significant. When you start talking extremes and put that into perspective for people, it's not hype, it's fact. And I hope that's what people get. And when I start making my forecasts for tomorrow morning or any time that we kind of lay out that weather coverage, believe me, I'm here trying to safeguard a lot of news reports that sometimes get hyped up and like, listen, that's not the big deal. This is a minor deal. This is a major deal. And I hope that's even my job as station scientist to do that with a lot of stories that include scientific facts, sometimes with the flu outbreak or other diseases. Sometimes we're just find eye-catching numbers that seem like a lot, but when you don't put things in perspective, it can seem to be high. It's a good comment, Eric. I'm with you to an extent, but I hope you appreciate what we're really trying to do here when it comes to weather, and I promise you I'm going to keep the hype down as much as I can.